Good evening, South Brunswick. Please can we stand for a call to order and a salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. The New Jersey Open Public Meeting Act was enacted to ensure the right of the public to have advance notice of and to attend the meetings of public bodies at which any business affecting their interests is discussed or acted upon. In accordance with the provisions of this Act, the Board Secretary has caused notice of this meeting, including date, time and location, to be posted in the South Brunswick Public Library and at the Board office, filed with the Township Clerk and communicated to the Home News Tribune and the Star Ledger. Mr. Pawlowski, can we have a roll call, please?
Yes, we can. Mrs. Deepa Karthik.
Here.
Mr. Raja Krishna.
Here.
Mr. Ray Keener.
Here.
Mr. Mike Mitchell.
Present.
Dr. Smitha Raj.
Here.
Mrs. Lisa Rogers.
Yes.
Mr. Joseph Scoletti.
Here.
Mr. Barry Nathanson.
Here.
Mrs. Joyce Mehta.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, Mr. Pawlowski. Moving on, that's the approval of tonight's agenda. Can I have a motion to accept tonight's agenda, please?
So moved.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. Can I have a second? Dr. Raj, thank you. Any opposed or abstentions? Seeing none, motion carries. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next on the agenda is the report of our student representative, Ms. Ria Krishnan. Over to you, Ria.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This year, our environmental club, SB Earth, is looking to pair with an organization called Treeplenish. We're a large school district, and with all the learning that takes place in our schools, we use a ton of paper. Treeplenish will help us combat our carbon footprint by helping us plant tree saplings native to our region throughout our community. SB Earth will fundraise to cover the cost of these, but if you miss the free tree cutoff, a sapling is only $5. For members living in the South Brunswick community, SB Earth members will happily deliver and plant your sapling for you. For those living outside of the district, you are welcome to receive and purchase one, with the responsibility of picking it up at the school and planting it on your own. The Activities Office has set up our annual Giving Tree around the high school, asking staff, students, and community members to donate gift cards to families in need this season. In addition, multiple groups in the building are supporting the Community Adopt a Family program. HOSA Fall Fest is tomorrow night. There will be a volleyball tournament, spike ball tournament, trivia, and more. SB Helping Hands will be hosting a Toys for Tots drive November 21st to December 13th. Please help support this cause by donating toys to our collection boxes from the Snack Shack and main entrance. On December 2nd, Class of 2023 is hosting a Winter Wonderland. All are welcome to sign up to decorate a gingerbread house. And on the 3rd, Class of 2025 and 2026 are spending the day at King of Prussia to shop, eat, and build community spirits. On December 6th, winter concerts will be starting in the auditorium at 6:30 p.m. Moving on to our Spirit Days this month and next. We have tie-dye for turkeys next Wednesday in honor of Thanksgiving. On December 1st, we have Mad About Plaid. On the 2nd, we want to wear red in support of World AIDS Day. Our lineup will also include Holiday Lazy Day, Best of the Season Day, Holiday Bling Day, Ugly Sweater Day, and much, much more. Moving on to athletics, the South Brunswick High School Athletics Program has launched a new website to showcase its students, athletes, and athletic teams. You can visit the new site at www.wearesbvikings.com. Congratulations to senior student athlete Ella Squires on signing her national letter of intent to continue her softball career at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. Ella is a standout student athlete, and we are very proud of her career on the field and in the classroom. Congratulations to senior student athlete Joey Tutelamundo on signing his national letter of intent to continue his baseball career at High Point University. Joey is also a standout student athlete, and we are very proud of his career on the field and in the classroom. The South Brunswick High School football team won the NJSIAA Group 5 Regional Invitation Championship with a win at home last Wednesday versus Egg Harbor Township High School. It was great to finish the season, and the team finished with an overall record of 5-5. High school winter tryouts begin on November 21st for bowling, ice hockey, and swimming, and then November 28th for basketball, track, and wrestling. That's all I have for today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ria. Thank you for your report. Now the next report is the report of our Superintendent of Schools. So over to you, Mr. Feder.
Thank you. Ria, Ella, I believe, helped get me out of my harness the other day at the ropes course. So if it wasn't for Ella, I might still be in a harness on the ropes course. Screaming, yes. I like to start off my report by making an announcement that I'm very excited to be doing tonight and sharing with the board that on your agenda this evening is a recommendation for Mr. Michael Shees to be the next principal of Monmouth Junction School. Mike has been with the district since 2004 and is currently in his 10th year as an assistant principal, with 3 of those years at the elementary level and the rest at the high school. I want to congratulate Mike on this recommendation to the board. Hopefully, Mike, they're going to say yes, Mike. Hopefully. But why don't you come up to the mic and say a few words? Mike, come to the mic and say a few words that will help convince them.
Good evening. I just wanted to take a moment and thank the district administration and the Board of Education for giving me this opportunity to serve as the next principal of Monmouth Junction Elementary School. As Mr. Feder said, I'm currently in my 19th year in the district, 10th year as an administrator, 3 of which I spent at Cambridge and Constable Elementary Schools. I'm very excited about this next step in my career, and I look forward to getting to know and work with the amazing staff and students of the school at Monmouth Junction, as well as getting to meet the families of the school community. As I begin my time as principal there, I hope to be a constant presence for many years to come for the students, staff, and the families of Monmouth Junction. Thank you.
All right, Mike. Well, thanks for coming out tonight, Mike, and getting a chance to be here. We're looking forward to this. And I know Gary Abamon is looking forward to your arrival. I do know that. So you have some big shoes to fill over this last year. And just so the board knows, Gary has reached out already and is eager to support Michael in this transition. And there's a lot of great staff that are going to help Mike get accustomed to their building, their way of doing things. And as you know, Monmouth Junction is one of the highest ranked schools in the state of New Jersey for elementary schools. And Michael's coming into a really good situation with an extraordinary staff and community of students and families. And we're just really excited that Mike threw his hat into the ring. He had not done that before. This was Mike's first foray into the principalship interview process. And he really lit it up well. And you know, as you say, even when you're an internal candidate in this district, you're not given anything. You have to earn it, and you have to show that you are the best candidate and beat out the external candidates. And we did have external candidates, and Mike showed us stuff. So it's an honor to put you on the agenda tonight, and we'll see how they vote. Good luck. So while I'm on good news, I'm going to share some more good news. Ria, you listening over there? All right, listen. So the governor, Ria, you didn't. I want to announce it. Just let me have my moment. So to the families, and Ria, you don't have to listen anymore. The governor of New Jersey has listened to the outcry of superintendents, school advocates, health care providers, mental health care providers, and a whole host of people, and he has reverted on his plan to dismantle the 91 current school-based mental health support systems. He has changed his mind, and he has agreed to continue funding those programs. For our district, that means maintaining and keeping the Bridge Center open. in full bloom. So a lot of thanks go out to a lot of people. And I think I've said this before at the meeting, but a reminder, Lisa does sit on the SOS, and they were a major component of people lobbying and banging down doors to get people, legislators, to understand what they were about to agree to if they agreed to this disaster of a potential situation. We do not know why the Department of Children and Family continues to attack school-based programs. Every bit of viable research points to this being the way to implement mental health supports for kids. So our new goal, we don't stop now. Our new goal is to make sure that we are able to convince the state of New Jersey to not maintain this every 1 year, so we have to come out and put on the gloves and start fighting about this. It's to convince them that this is the way they should be moving. They should be replicating programs like the Bridge Academy across the state and figuring out ways to fund those programs, not continuously threatening to dismantle them. So that's our next big push. Again, we have about 62 school districts on board with this, along with some strong organizations. We work with SOS. Over this topic, we've been working closely with them and the Garden State Coalition of Schools. The Garden State Coalition of Schools is a group that this district does belong to, and they have been very helpful and supportive of this work, and they've written some pieces on this. Even though all their members do not have school-based youth programs, I think that's the most compelling argument, is when you have districts saying, wait a minute, we want that, let's do that, not what this other thing you're talking about is. And so we did have those people as well. Dave Adderhold is a neighbor of ours. He's superintendent of West Windsor. He's has spoken on this topic as well. He actually joined us in Atlantic City and came and spoke with our group about how his district has funded a similar program and believes the districts that do have it should maintain it. So partnering with just quality school districts, quality real educators, not politicians, to talk about what works and what makes sense has made a difference. And kids and parents wrote stories, wrote things, and it was all used. So I submitted one as well, and just happy to report that. I'm on a roll. I have more good news to share. Last night, however, I did report out. I'm going to do the same thing, Raj, I did before. Last night, Smitha, you're on board. Last night, I reported to the Budget Committee that we were expected to hear back about preschool expansion by Monday. We did not as of last night. We were hoping to be able to report that one way or the other, and I had to report that we were still not given an answer. And then today, we were given an answer, and we have been awarded $2 million to run a full-day preschool program for South Brunswick schools. We did not tell Mike that he is running the whole show at Monmouth Junction. Hi, Mike, you're still here? Yeah, he didn't leave. That's good news. But this is amazing for us. But I do want the board and the community to fully understand a tremendous amount of crunch work is going to happen between now and when we must begin this program in January. It is almost impossible to do. We will do it, and we will continue to build on what we're able to create by January. I want to give a special thanks to a few people. Raphael's in the audience tonight. Hey, Raph. Raphael's our Director of Special Services. Suzanne, where's Suzanne over there? Y'all know Suzanne. I also want to thank this guy to my right. That's David. And one of his right-hand people, Kelly LaRocca. I would say the four of them really, really, really pounded away at this application, which I think at the end of the day was over 40 pages, the second one. And went on seminars and webinars and met with people to get this done. So kudos, thank you guys for that amazing work. It worked, your hard work has paid off. Unfortunately, now it just means more hard work to get this up and running, to get this to be a stellar program. And it involves all kinds of things that need to occur. We'll give you an update right now each month on this, on where things stand. But we're very excited about what this means for our community. Just imagine, in about 5 years having almost all of our 3 and 4 year olds having full access to full day preschool for free. That's incredible. So. More news. I sent out a weather reminder. Why? Because it's getting to be that time. Now, I will say, I have not had to call a snow day in 2 years. So I'm a little rusty. So I don't know how it's going to look like when we get a snow day this year. I don't know yet, but I'm going to start thinking about that. But parents, you need to check your Genesis. You need to make sure that you are up to date, up to speed, so that if we need to reach you, you get the information. That means going to Genesis. This was in a letter we sent. Exactly what you need to do. Keep your records up to date. You need to have that up to date. Rhea, do you want snow days this year or no snow days? How many would you prefer this year?
As many as you can.
Okay. You speak on behalf of all the students, correct? Okay, got it. We've heard from Rhea. We will need snow days this year, or I'd be letting her down, and she's a really nice kid, and I don't want to let her down. Some more news. So there's a local company. It's been in business since 1927. Herman Trucking Art. Herman Trucking did an art contest. Actually, I believe, Lisa, you went over there for their big celebration day. And what they've done is they've selected a whole grouping of our kids to get some awards. So they did an old-timer parade and a drawing contest at the end of September to celebrate their founder's first truck being restored and returned home. Students from across the district submitted artwork of the old-timer truck, and over 10 winners were selected. A representative from Herman Trucking, along with Lieutenants John Penny and Tara Jardulo from the police department, will be visiting schools to notify the winners before Thanksgiving and congratulate them, present them with a prize. Thanks to Herman Trucking and all the students who participated. It was a really nice event. Nice of them to do this, and good to be part of that. The police had reached out and worked with us on that. So congratulations to the kids. They'll find out who they are in the next few days. So we do have Raphael in the back, and I'm glad he's here because I'm going to give you an update on the 18 to 21-year-old program that you've heard us talk about. That Raphael did a presentation on at the last meeting, and he talked about a very successful event, and now that we can say that, of his furniture drive. And he's been very excited about this. He smiles a lot now. He got furniture, he smiles more. But he got a ton of good work from this, and we're very excited to get this going. There's a special event, Raphael, to honor the families that donated, the businesses that donated, board members have been invited, other key personnel have been invited. So that's going to be a great night. Hopefully all of you can come. But I do want to share that while we've done a great job, we still have some open topics, some open items needed. So I want to share a little bit about those items and just say them out loud today. In case anyone's listening and you have any of these items, give us a ring. We would love to help and take those off your hands. So we still need dining chairs, preferably matching, Raph? Matching dining chairs. We need a vacuum. Anyone has a good vacuum, we'll take it. Leisure games, exercise equipment, new or newer, I'd go with new on this, sheets, bedding, pillows. Good time if you are looking to make a donation of some kind and not sure what to do, maybe hop over to Bed Bath & Beyond and pick up some certainly not expensive items and maybe drop them off. That'd be wonderful. We're looking for new or newer. He keeps saying newer. I'm looking for new, a little newer on some of these things. Pots, pans, serving dishes. Again, things that aren't all that expensive that if we do have, be great to donate. Cleaning supplies, brooms, mops, rags, sponges, buckets. We need cutlery, we need dishes, cups, and mugs. Again, those are things that we don't expect to be all new, that if people have them, I think we all have mugs. We can all donate at least a mug, I know that. Every person can always donate a mug. And educators, we all have extra mugs, I know you all do. So we want to bring some mugs in. Well, like best teacher of the year, Laura, you have mugs. I know you have mugs. You have extra mugs. Laundry items, sorting bins, ironing board, iron cleaning detergents. So those type of items to our families. This is a great opportunity for our students who will be in our 18 to 21-year-old program. So Raphael, thanks again. Great work, and we hope to get some more items. We're doing good, but we're like 80%, 90% there. It's amazing. Some really impressive community members we have here. So thanks to all of them. More congratulations are in order, and this is related to the school board. We're going to congratulate, well, Laura's in the audience. We have Laura Hernandez. Alicia Khan is not, but she's a former graduate of ours. And Julie Ferrara is a former member of our substitute staff. And they have all been elected to, now we don't have official certified results, but we do have results that we believe to be accurate. We normally just wait for the certified results, but due to the timing of the way things are right now, we're just announcing that those are the current 3 winners of our election. Along with that, I do say a hearty thank you and appreciation to Ray, Joe, and Joyce for their efforts on the board. And we're going to have change, and we'll embrace that change, but the 3 will be missed. So, Laura, since you're here, we can say thank you. We can say congratulations to you, and we'll take it from there. Many board members have been involved also in what's called our Invention Convention. If you have been involved before, you know about that, and it's fun. January 21st, I'd imagine you'll be getting invited by Aparna. Rajagopal will usually do the inviting on that, and ask you to be, if you're interested in being a judge on that. So that's coming down the pike. That's scheduled for January 21st, and board members will be, I'd imagine, asked at some point in the next period of time. Another reminder, we have a homework-free weekend coming up, unless Ria decides not to have that. So it's up to you, Ria. Do we maintain the homework-free or no homework-free?
Homework-free.
All right. We're giving Ria a lot of power today, as you can see. She's in charge of a lot of things. So as per Ria, we are going to have a homework-free weekend, November 23rd through November 28th, that Thanksgiving holiday. No assignments, no long-range projects can be due or test given before December 1st. That's the way that one works. And just a quick reminder, next week we are school on Monday and Tuesday, full days. Wednesday is an early release day, and then we are off for the Thanksgiving holiday on Thursday and Friday. And I want to wish our community a very happy Thanksgiving and wish everyone well during this hot time of year. So with that said, Joyce, I am through.
Thank you so much for your report, Scott. Thank you. Moving on now to the next item, which is public comments. The Board of Education recognizes the value of public comment on educational issues and the importance of allowing members of the public to express themselves on school matters of community interest. Complete copies of the rules that govern this portion of the meeting are available to the public at the back of the room, or you can obtain an advance copy by contacting the board office during regular business hours. We reserve the right to limit each speaker to no more than 3 minutes. It is our plan to listen to each member of the public. We will note all questions and comments made. Once all questions and comments from all members of the public are made, the Board of Education will respond, if necessary, to questions or comments in the most timely and efficient manner available. Please consider not repeating comments and questions made by other members of the public. I ask that you state your name, place of residence, or your group affiliation. This portion of the public comments is on for agenda items only. Mr. Pulowski, do we have anybody registered?
We have no pre-registrations.
Okay, thank you. Is there anybody in the audience that would like to make any public comment on agenda items only? Seeing none, I'm going to move on to the next agenda item, which is the consent agenda review and the walkthrough. Over to you, Mr. Pulowski.
Good evening, everybody. Pretty quick agenda, not too much with regards to any surprises. We have the full list of approvals and transfers and bills list for the financials. We have a few motions with regards to the non-publics and accepting some funds and a resource officer. We have a resolution that allows us to move forward with Dr. Edward Fergus from Rutgers University to provide some professional development with regards to analyzing district disproportionality and achieving equity. We're disposing of some surplus or disposing of a vehicle. We have a motion to put in some cameras in our cafeterias and kitchens, and a revision to the calendar and an out-of-district placement, and trips and professional development. Pretty standard agenda. not a lot of meat to it, so.
Thank you, Mr. Pulowski. Do we have any questions? To my right? No? To my left? Yes, Dr. Raj.
So, 1.6, yeah, 1.6. It says non-public security money. What is non-public here?
So we have non-public or private schools in the township, and we manage their grant funding through the state, and that's those funds are provided.
So
Non-public is the, okay.
It's the private school.
I was wondering if it refers to, public money is tax money and what is non-public, so, yeah,
That's private school money.
yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Raj. Mr. Nathanson.
Yeah, David, on 1.9, I know this is kind of pretty standard going over the bid limit, but can you explain why we did that with these, assume the computers?
Why we did the cameras?
Yeah, why we did the cameras and why we needed to go over bid.
Oh, well, anytime anything's over the bid limit, we always put it on for board approval, whether it's a state contract or not. This is a state contract, and one of the reasons this is a necessary project is the cafeteria account, as we see it right now, has a surplus of money. Our auditors requested that we do something quickly to pull that balance down. And this was something that the high school principal or the principals in the district were asking for, cameras in cafeterias, which also are like the all-purpose rooms in some of the elementary schools. We also wanted to put cameras in our kitchens and kind of keep eyes on things and make sure everything's copacetic in those kitchen areas. So this was one of those projects that was a must-do, and it can only be, we could only use the cafeteria account for cafeteria purposes. It's not like we could take the cafeteria money and buy ourselves some new vehicles for the district, things like that. The cafeteria account is only for cafeteria operations. So I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thanks, David. I knew I wanted the public to know, any of the board members.
Gotcha.
But not necessarily, no. So,
Perfect.
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nathanson. Mrs. Rogers.
Just a quick question. Will those cameras only be on during school hours, or will they be on when there are groups that are renting those
Our
particular?
cameras are on 24 hours.
They'll be 24/7. Thank you.
Any other questions? Mrs. Karthik.
I had a question, Dave, on 1.7. Was this contract received or the details received in 2022 October timeframe?
Yes, we advertised, and this was, the proposal was received by us in October 27th.
And this is a 6-month sort of project contract, right? That we have like this.
The contract, I believe, goes for a year and can be extended with,
I read the term going through until June 30th of 2023.
yeah, that's for the year.
December 2022 to June 2023. It's about 6 months, right?
6 months. Correct.
Calendar year, school calendar year.
School calendar, yeah.
Okay. And the work that they're going to do, are they going to produce some material? There is going to be some evaluation? What is it going to entail?
That would be a question.
Is this the equity one?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're working, this would be to work with one of the leading experts in the field on disproportionality. And there'll definitely will be reports of one nature or the other. But it's really about helping us design our system to start to assess why there's disproportionality, what we can do about that, how we support all students, and whatever else comes from that data dump, data research, really data dive to see where we are, what we're doing well, where are some gaps, and what we can do about them. It's pretty comprehensive. It was originally hoped to have been started earlier, so we're gonna keep the same amount of work in a squished time frame. So it was normally supposed to be, I think to your question, it was an 8-month, 9-month project that we're gonna squish a little bit. but we've already been in touch. Suzanne has been leading this and has been in touch with Dr. Fergus, and we're going to be starting right off the bat after tonight.
Okay. So Scott, will the board get to get some insight into the work that's been done?
We actually put on the curriculum committee agenda a regular monthly update, so that we'll do it through that way as well. You'll always hear that. And then I'd imagine we'll be having multiple times that we'll be doing reports ourselves, possibly presentations for the community. I can't say exactly yet, but I expect that that kind of work will be done. Raphael also works with disproportionality in special education and how that's impacted, and we are also working with the state. Also, we'll be working with Dr. Fergus. The state hired the same person to do this work with districts that are working on this matter when it comes to special needs. So we'll be having even extra time with Dr. Fergus that is not part of this contract. So it's going to be a heavy load, and you'll be getting a lot of information over the next 6-7 months.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? To my right? To my left? No? Moving on, which is old business. We have no old business at this time. New business, we have no new business at this time. So the next agenda item is to approve the consent agenda of November 17th, 2022. Please, can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda? Dr. Raj, can I have a second, please?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. Roll call. Mr. Pawlowski, please.
Mrs. Deepa Karthik?
Yes.
Mr. Raja Krishna?
Yes.
Mr. Ray Keener?
Yes.
Mr. Mike Mitchell?
Yes.
Dr. Smitha Raj? Mrs. Lisa Rogers?
Yes.
Mr. Joseph Scaletti?
Yes.
Mr. Barry Nathanson?
Yes.
Mrs. Joyce Mehta?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Mr. Pawlowski.
Just a quick congratulations, Mike. You've just been fully approved.
Heartfelt congratulations from us all. Welcome aboard. Next, moving on to the board committee and liaison reports. To my right, board committee liaison reports. Mrs. Rogers.
As Mr. Fetter announced, we had a curriculum committee meeting tonight. We covered a great deal of information, but we all agreed that we are going to have a standing update on 4 items. The health curriculum, Dr. Mammon, she's also going to follow up on the Parent Academy that we had last night, which was a good success. We had about 75 or so families there, as well as staff. So there's some things that they're going to put together and send out to the district. We also had the update on the preschool. That's also going to be on the monthly agenda. Raphael is also going to be providing the 18 to 21-year-old update, which is now being called the Transition Training Center. So we'll call it by its official name. And then also, we just discussed the item on the consent agenda, which is 1.7. We are going to have a standing monthly update on equity. And then once that is put into effect, it'll be decided by the administration as to how often the full board will be getting an update. We also addressed some mental health opportunities, which are where we're looking at in terms of updating the district on the good things that are happening, as well as the Career Academies update. And our next meeting is scheduled for the 15th of December. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Rogers. Any other committee or liaison reports to my right? Seeing none. To my left? No? Seeing none. Thank you, Mrs. Rogers, for your report. This brings us to the second opportunity for public comment. This is on any topic. Do we have anybody registered, Mr. Pawlowski?
No registrations.
Is there anybody in the audience that would like to make any public comment on any topic at all? No? Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. So that pretty much brings us to the end of our meeting, and I ask for a motion to adjourn, please. Mr. Nathanson, thank you so much. Seconded by Dr. Raj. Discussions, abstentions, anybody opposed? All in favor? Good night, South Brunswick.